A Drop of Water by Hans Christian Andersen. Of course, you know what it meant by a magnifying glass. One of those round speckled glasses would make everything look 100 times bigger than it is. When anyone taking one of these and holds it to his eye and looks at a drop of water from a pond yonder, he sees above 1,000 wonderful creatures that are always never discerned in the water, but where they are, and it is no delusion. It almost looks like a great plate full of spiders jumping about in a crowd. How fierce they are. They tear off each other's legs and arms and bodies, before and behind, and yet they are merry and joyful in their way. Now there once was an old man whom all the people called Kribble-Krabble, for that was his name. He always wanted the best of everything, and when he could not manage it otherwise, he did it by magic. There he sat one day and held his magnificent glass to his eye, and looked at a drop of water that had been taken out of a puddle by the ditch. But what a cribbling and crabbling was there! All the thousands of little creatures hopping and sprang and tugged at one another and ate each other up. "That is horrible," said old Kribble-Krabble. "Can we not pursue them to live in peace and quietness, so that each one may mind his own business?" And he thought it over and over, but it would not do, and so he had recourse to magic. "I must give them color, but they may be seen more plainly," said he, and he poured something like a little drop of red wine into a drop of water, but it was witch's blood from the loops of the finest kind of ninnies a drop. And now wonderful little creatures were pink all over, and looked like a whole team of naked wild men. "What have you wear?" asked another old magician who had no name, and which was the best thing about him. "Yes, if you can guess what it is," said Kribble-Krabble, "I make you a present of it. But it is not so easy to find out if one does not know." And the magician, who had no name, looked through the magnifying glass. It looked really like a great town, reflected there, in which all the people were running about without clothes. It was terrible, but it was still more terrible to see how one beaten, pushed the other, and bit and hacked and tugged and mauled him. Those at the top were being pulled down, and those at the bottom were struggling upwards. Look, his leg is longer than mine. Bah, away with it. There's one who has a little bruise. It hurts him, but it shall hurt him still more." And they hacked away at him, and they pulled at him, and ate him up because of a little bruise. And there was one sitting as still as any little maiden, and wished only for peace and quietness. But now she had to come out, and they tugged at her and pulled her out and ate her up. "That's funny," said the magician. "Yes, but what do you think it is?" said Kribble-Krabble. "Can you find that out?" "Why, one can see that easy enough," said the other. "That's Paris or some other great city, for we're all alike. It's a great city." "It's a drop of puddle water," said Kribble-Krabble.